Okay, so impressions. I guess after we did some gratuitous, beauty shots.
Yeah.
Let's get down to
And
business.
well, getting down to business. First of all, there's no way this job should have taken us a year.
Well,
Let's go with that.
Yeah, and it didn't, and it technically didn't.
No.
Yeah.
Honestly, realistically, with all that we know now, honestly, this could have been a couple weeks job.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
Easy. I would dare say it, like, I would love to do it again. But not really. I don't want to spend money. I got all the E36s that I want right now.
Yeah.
I may break down eventually, get a TI or something like that. Never know what the future holds. But we know that it was definitely worth it. Honestly, and it's crazy because even though it took us this long, what's interesting about it, I didn't realize how rare the hell rods are around here. Like I see a few E36s around here, but I didn't know that hell rod was that ready.
It's almost like scarce.
Yeah. You would think most of them should be red, honestly, because I love this freaking color.
Yeah, it is a nice color.
And it was worth it, honestly. Even like I said, even though we took our first stabs at painting, and there's still I'm pleased with the results, but there's still lots of room for improvement there.
Yeah.
So that's something that I would do the next time around.
Definitely. And I think, just like, you kind of hinted at, in a couple of the videos, that it may not even be cost effective, I guess, to continue shooting, with spray cans and all that stuff. Maybe for small parts, maybe some mirrors, I think the fender is good, but definitely not the hood. I think it's difficult to shoot, I guess that much paint in such a large area.
Right.
You don't get enough coverage. I guess you don't get the spray, sort of the white spray pattern that you want, and you don't lay it on a stick. So that's definitely another thing that we'd improve.
I would have taken the hood out and just painted it like hanging on a wall or something.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think that
it would probably be better.
Would have ended up a lot better based on having to do can't really do a perpendicular angle with a spray can.
Yeah.
So that I would do again. But overall, I think everything was really straightforward.
Yeah, definitely.
And the sense of accomplishment is great. Honestly, we proved that having an E36 for 20 years, you can work on. Like, the engine was the least of our concerns.
Yeah,
which is crazy.
Yeah.
Everything was body work, and I don't think that you should have given up on a car like this early on, especially if you're really into it. This is my favorite car out there, so for me it was worth it.
Yeah.
I think I spent more than I thought I was going to spend, though,
Yeah.
overall for the whole thing. So I guess advice for people that are buying from Coupe, check if their fees. The fees for the brokers were higher than I was expecting. Shipping, if you're not going to pick it up, honestly, those two things is what really would break you if you don't pay attention to it.
Exactly.
If I could find something at Copart locally around here, and I had a dealer friend that could buy it for me, man, that thing would be great.
Yeah, and it all depends also on the state that you're in, so if you're required to have a broker, and again, the distance that you can go pick it up yourself, I mean, that would help. But you're absolutely right. I think, that's really where we see the most sort of cost savings, if you could do that, on your own, or find a state that, that's close to you, that you don't mind driving and picking it up. I think that would be, another sort of cost-effective way to do it. But yeah, I mean, I think you actually hit it on the head. And I mean, I don't know. I know that you probably kept track more than I did as far as how much it cost you, but I would say maybe a couple grand or something like that to fix. I mean, I don't know, somewhere a little bit higher.
No. Actually, it's funny because parts-wise, it was about I would say parts alone, we probably spent $600 in parts, honestly. And the paint, was the highest expense. Again, we go back to the shipping originally, and the straightening the frame. Obviously, that added an expense. Well, we weren't expecting it. I'm glad that we got help from our friends at A-Class originally to set that set up. But what we did originally get denied by some other shops. They're saying, hey, it was total for a reason.
Yeah. They wouldn't touch it.
They wouldn't touch it
for whatever. Or if they did, they're like, oh, it'd be so much money and blah blah blah. I mean, it was just weird. Just a lot of the things that I think know, they would say. But
Yeah.
you know, overall, I mean, you guys saw it. It wasn't really that bad, you know.
Yeah.
And honestly, everything that you saw on camera really was, you know, exactly what it was. I mean, it wasn't any more than that.
Correct, exactly. There was nothing else that we did off camera that.
Yeah, we pretty much documented everything. I mean, honestly.
And that was the purpose of this series, anyway.
Right, right. Just to kind of give an idea of how much it would be.
Yeah.
But I guess impressions of the car.
Yeah, I mean, the car.
You know?
Honestly, I love it. It drives great.
Yeah.
The crazy part is having driven another E36 for so long, I realized where my other E36 is really lacking. You know, I now know that, you know, my rear trailing arm bushings are bad on the other one, thanks to this one.
Yeah.
But I mean, seriously, like, it drives like a dream. The only thing that I noticed that I couldn't tell by the other drives before that was that my shocks are out. The shocks are blown on this car.
Yeah.
So that's coming up next, and that's the first thing I'm going to do to this car. But other than that, I can't come up with anything else that I would do. I mean, cosmetically, maybe. Well, when we first got the car, funny, the front windshield had a small chip in it.
Yeah, so that's expanded, and you know what? I don't know if you guys can see it, but every so often there's a glare in the mirror, and there's a crack now that just developed on here.
Yeah.
But that's not anything that'll stop you from titling the car.
No, exactly.
You know, so that's another thing too. Like, if it was in the front, you know, where the driver's side is, that would be an issue. But because it actually was near the center, you know, and then now it just kind of, you know, went off to the passenger side, you know, no issues. Honestly, no. I mean, that's not a deal breaker. It doesn't stop the car from
and the crazy
being
part
driven
is
either.
Yeah, the crazy part is that we have, you know, it's tinted, and from the outside you can't even tell that it's completely cracked from side to side.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's us being cheap, but we're going to replace that soon.
Right.
But that's the only thing that, honestly, cosmetically, that we have to replace. Other than that, honestly, suspension's good, turning, the steering, everything's, I mean, honestly, it's better than I thought it was going to drive. Honestly, I got vague recollections of when I bought the other E36 when it was brand new. I'm like, yes, this drove like a dream. I forgot how that was, you know. So now having this one as a reference, it gets me excited over the other one.
Right.
So, you know, and I hope to, you know, be able to restore that one to the other one to, you know, to its full glory.
Yeah.
So, and
I think the other thing too, off of this one, like, if we improve upon it, I think the clutch might be like a little bit worn, or the throwout bearing. There's something there that sometimes it just feels a little off.
Yeah, sometimes it feels off.
Yeah, it's drivable. I mean,
you
know, there's no, you know, really any impediment in any way.
Well, and we never checked, honestly. Like, we literally
didn't drop the transmission or anything
exactly,
because it shifted fine.
Yeah, so I know that, you know, in this coming year I'm going to put a new clutch on it, just because I don't know what kind of condition it's in. Something I noticed is when we did take out the when we were doing the initial tune-up for it, this car had the OEM spark plugs, and so either this car was babied, which I doubt. I mean, it was nice, but there's no reason why at 140,000 miles you should still have the original spark plugs.
Yeah, that's
so. I have a feeling this is the original clutch as well, if that's the case. So that's due for replacement. So we'll tackle that soon enough.
Right.
But yeah, seriously,
there's probably another thing aesthetically or cosmetically. The rear wing, like, we never, you know, I know that you never wanted it on there.
I hated that wing.
Exactly, he doesn't like. I guess it was like a.
It was
an
a
LTW style.
No, it wasn't. I wish it was an LTW style. It was actually like a US style replica. And I mean, honestly, it just looked like crap. And
it looked a little off, you know. So
I didn't want to do that. I may end up putting, if I can find a low LTW wing. I don't like the high one. You know, it's a little too.
You want it understated.
Exactly. For me,
center of attention.
But I'm hoping eventually I'll pick up a low LTW wing, and I'll put that back there just to complete the look.
Right. So. And I think in the interior, I think the only thing is probably this thing.
That's not even an issue that happened with us. That was my wife.
That's true.
She got out of the car and banged it and broke the corner off of it. So, you know, thank you, babe.
But, you know, again, that's the only thing that would probably replace.
But that's pretty hard to find, especially in this color. This color has been discontinued. Nowadays, it's usually the gray or the black. that they sell it in. So that's something I got to look out for.
Yeah, maybe reupholster it.
Yeah, maybe.
Whatever the case may be.
It's another skill set that we'll have to practice on later on. So.
Yeah, but other than that, I mean, I can't think of anything else, honestly. Seriously,
yeah.
I mean, other than that, it's pretty good. I guess we're both pretty happy with the way it turned out. You know, the experience it kind of gave us.
Yeah.
You know, would we buy something at auction again? I would. You know, I think it seems to be a little bit more worthwhile sometimes, you know, depending on the amount of damage for newer cars. Mm-hmm. I think what you'll find is, you know, for cars that are a little bit older, you know, similar to this, you know, price-wise, unless you can find a good parts car, sometimes it's, I think, a little more expensive buying individual parts, you know, rather than buying a crash car and then, you know, using it as a donor or something. But other than that, yeah, I mean, would we do it again? Yeah, definitely. Don't know when,
I know.
but I think we just need to figure out, I guess, from this point forward, you know, what project we want to tackle. That's kind of, you know, a little bit different to kind of, you know, try our hand at, you know, and I think that's possibly what we'll do.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, so, you know, at least for the E36s for now, let's call it done. We may be doing a few more random videos just to maintenance and little things that I've always wanted to do to the both cars. Right. So stay tuned for those eventually.
But I think for the short term or for the near future, we're probably going to jump into some different stuff, you know, so hopefully you guys will like what we have in store. But yeah, don't want to reveal too much about it.
Okay, I'm staying quiet then.
Lip sealed. But yeah, we'll probably do a couple more reveal videos, you know, and hopefully you guys like what we have in store. It's a little different.
Yeah,
so
it will be. So thanks again for following us through this whole trek.
Yeah,
and remember, save an E36 if you can.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's like, I feel like, you know, maybe we should do some stickers or something. Save the E36, you know, something like that.
Exactly.
You know, that would have been kind of a
no
cool
reason.
thing.
You
Yeah,
can't
exactly.
do it now.
Yeah, maybe do a merch store.
Yeah.
Maybe.
All right. Well, thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and keep watching. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already. So that really helps. So, and if you like, hit us up. You know, contact us. Give us a thumbs up. You know, anything you know that we can do to help you guys through your own journey. You know, if you decide to kind of do something similar. So, thanks again. Stay tuned, and we'll see you soon.